Well, welcome to the last of the series of transfer talk. If we seem a bit less passionate and we say "ow" every now and then, the voice actor for us is back is absolutely killing. Might just be growth pain. And by the way, he's a midget, so he probably needs this script. Ousmane Dembele is in talks over a permanent move to PSG. Barcelona won £20 million for the transfer. He's reached a verbal agreement with PSG despite interest from the Prem. There's still a player in Dele Alli according to Paul Merson, and according to me as well. I do think I might need to refresh this. Yeah, that's better. Right, this is going to be a long one, obviously. Everton have appointed Frank Lampard as their new manager on a 2.5-year deal to replace the sacked Rafael Benitez. Stoke is set to complete a loan move for Josh Mader until the end of the season. Mader wants to return to England after restricted playing time in France with Bordeaux. Tottenham midfielder Tanguy Ndombele is in London ahead of finalising a loan move to the French club, according to The Athletic, which is expected to also include an option to buy. It looks like Ozaze Orhoghide is set to join KV Oostende on loan till the end of the season. Legia Gdansk fullback Mateusz Zukowski is in Glasgow as he closes on a move to Rangers. And Wout Weghorst will have a medical at Burnley in the morning ahead of signing for the club. Mental how he's ended up at Burnley. Dundee are close to an agreement with Partick Thistle for striker Zach Rodden. And it looks like Stephen Bradley from Hibernian is set to join Dundalk on loan. Dundalk. I'm American now, yeah. Could there be a deadline day move to Liverpool for Fabio Carvalho? Maybe. They're also willing to loan the forward back to Fulham for the rest of the season. It appears that there's a €7 million proposal on the table, discussed, but structure of the deal is yet to be discussed. Payment terms, instalments, and more. And now, we're into deadline day. Could Arsenal offload Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Maybe, and it looks like Barcelona will get him. Could Spurs finally bring in some signings? Well, looks like they'll bring two, Dejan Kulusevski and Rodrigo Bentancur. Could Eriksen make a remarkable return to the Premier League with Brentford? Maybe. Could Lampard go straight down to the business and sign someone on deadline day? I wouldn't rule it out. More arrivals in Newcastle? Probably not Jesse Lingard, but there's Dan Burn, which is likely to happen. It's not going to be Todd Cantwell, and yeah. Any other business? Fabio Carvalho, Ousmane Dembele, and Wout Weghorst. And if Man United entered the race to get Ousmane Dembele, Barcelona won £20 million. Arsenal must pay the full £75 million release clause if they want Real Sociedad forward Alexander Isak. And it's a done deal that Brentford have announced the signing of Denmark international midfielder Christian Eriksen until the end of the season. Absolutely momentous return. And, yeah. There were doubts if he'd even ever play football at the elite level again, but here we are, where he's signing for Brentford. Let's see how he does. Bournemouth have agreed to deal in the region of £3.5 million for Cardiff City for striker Kiefer Moore. I reckon he'll be on the bench due to the cardiac arrest, but who knows? Eriksen is an unbelievable opportunity, according to Thomas Frank. And, yeah, this is what he's had to say.
Hi everyone, it's Christian Eriksen. I'm happy to announce that I've signed for Brentford Football Club. And I can't wait to get started, and hopefully I'll see you all.
Basically, he's happy. Continuing on. Carrying on. Arsenal are not close to signing anyone according to David Ornstein. And Newcastle United are making a deadline day offer to Stade Reims for Hugo Ekitike. And it's between £20 to £25 million. It's actually £25 million, which could rise up to £33 million with add-ons, and they've had the offer accepted. They also are getting Matt Targett until the end of the season. He's fallen down the pecking order at Villa Park following the arrival of Luca Dean from Everton. Tottenham have entered the race to sign Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz, and now maybe I think I'll give Cheshire Cat a bit of talking time. Bournemouth are in advanced talks to sign Todd Cantwell from Norwich. I'm the poshest British person people have heard since I listened to Mr. Brightside for the first time. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Well, Giovanni Lo Celso could be coming out of his cage at Tottenham on a loan deal until the end of the season with Villarreal, according to TalkSport. And Aston Villa defender Matt Targett is keen on moving to Newcastle. And now the talks are focused on the option to buy the left back in the summer. Doncaster Rovers are in talks to sign Leon forward. Rio Griffiths, Sunderland remain in talks to sign strikers Jermaine Defoe. Oxford United are also interested in it. Although, it doesn't matter if they sign him today, because he's a free agent and he can be signed anytime. Sheffield United are closing in on the loan signing of Brentford defender Charlie Goode. Will he be good for Sheffield United? Wolves are plotting a deadline day move for Juventus midfielder Aaron Ramsey, apparently. Newcastle and Manchester United midfielder Donny van de Beek is in Liverpool undergoing a medical ahead of his loan move to Everton. Straight loan, by the way. What a signing he'll be, temporarily. Well, here's how much so far has been spent this window, as of probably yesterday. £187.7 million. And to think only £84.2 million was spent last window. I thought it felt barren last time, and it's felt a lot better this season. Charlie Goode is in Sheffield for his medical at the Blades before he moves there officially from Brentford. And Canary's firm stance on Cantwell is that he won't be loaned out to a Premier League rival, and he wanted Todd to move abroad, but looks like the Championship is the best for both worlds. And Robin Yeltsin says there's been no fresh offers for Suter, and it doesn't really look like he'll make any new jersey signings himself. Just going to save this to make sure it'll definitely be saved. Continuing it on, Tom White, the Good Morning Transfer host, says he'll get a hashtag transfer talk tattoo if Jermaine Defoe returns to his beloved Sunderland before the end of the transfer window. I mean, it won't matter, but it's a bold call, which will certainly hold him to. Oh. Well, I think we'll skip anything about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's proposed move to Barcelona, because it looks like it won't happen now as talks break down over the financial part of the deal. Even though Aubameyang arrived at Barcelona before the deal was agreed. Big mistake. Ardell Offia has signed a new contract at Brighton to keep him with the club until 2024. And Blackburn Rovers are in talks with Wolves to sign midfielder Ryan Giles. We won't talk about that. And Ekitike could take Newcastle spending to £120 million. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we're not gonna comment on the Mason Greenwood situation, but I'm guessing you know. It just shows you don't really have to spend that on one player, City. Just spend it on multiple, because it's kind of surprising seeing it being this many. Although Bruno Guimaraes did cost 40 mil. Who was the signing of the window? I think it could be Luis Diaz, because Jurgen Klopp is so good at turning players from incredible to just world class. It might not be immediate success, but he'll make an impact, I reckon. For immediate success, maybe Guimaraes. Nope, that is cap. Bruno Jordao is expected to complete a loan move to Grasshopper Zurich on deadline day. Dundee United appear to be able to secure a loan deal for Arsenal midfielder Tim Akinolo as clubs in Scotland prepare for the final hours of the transfer window. It's a busy deadline day ahead for Spurs, according to Paul Gilmore. Liverpool is still pushing for Fulham forward Fabio Carvalho, but aside from that, it looks like it's quiet at Liverpool. Will Burnley sign Divock Origi? Maybe. Villa's move for Basuma is more likely in the summer than in Jan. And Matt Targett has arrived at Newcastle already for his medical. And it's a done deal that Wout Weghorst to sign for for Burnley from Wolfsburg on a 3.5-year deal. I think we'll be doing this a lot, saving it all. Moving on. It looks like Jed Steer will join Luton on loan from Villa until the end of the season. As for Cornet, it looks like he's coming back from AFCON because his team was eliminated. Must be Moroccan then, because I doubt it'll be anything else. And it doesn't look like Dan Gosling will join Burnley from Watford. And it's a done deal that Jamal Blackman has swapped Los Angeles for Huddersfield. That's the worst mistake you can make. Huddersfield's grim. It sounds grim, so it is grim. Benfica have rejected West Ham's bid for striker Darwin Núñez. Isn't he from Wrexham? Shut up about that goddamn career mode. They're considering an improved offer, but a deal looks increasingly difficult, given time left this window. West Ham are unlikely to pursue deals for Divock Origi and Reece Healey. So, will they sign anyone? Probably not. And it's a done deal that Rayo Griffiths has signed for League One Doncaster Rovers from Lyon, subject to international clearance. He signed a 2.5-year deal at the Keep Moat. It's the strangest noise I've ever heard. Outside chance of Lingard to Newcastle according to Keith Downing. And Aaron Ramsey, in a sensational deadline day swoop, could sign for Rangers. They're prepared to accept Rangers' offer if they out of favour Wales International, whose contract in Turin runs until the summer of 23. Just 7 months on from cardiac arrest, he's back in the Prem. It's an amazing opportunity for both Ericsson and Brentford, according to Rebecca Williams. What a signing he could be, and also what a flop he could be. I reckon he might be on the bench more often due to everything. And Blaine Rowe has joined Scottish Championship side Ayr United on loan until the end of the season. Done deal there. Aubameyang, actually, that's not even likely anymore, so it doesn't look like Arsenal will do anything. Either way. John Tutar was not involved in harsh training today due to a knock he sustained in Saturday's victory over Motherwell. She's fine, thanks. It looks like there's a deal to be done for Lingard. Probably just not for Newcastle. Well, here's the news. Just pause and read it. This current recording's going to go out. Aston Villa are in talks with Istanbul Başakşehir over a loan deal for Trezeguet. A loan deal until the end of the season is likely to be agreed. Although there isn't an immediate rush to get the deal done, with the Turkish transfer window not closing until February the 8th, because... yeah. Wout Weghorst is a good fit for Burnley, according to Nigel de Jong, who would definitely be a good fit for Burnley, so I think we can trust him. Villa are focused on outgoings this trip for a deadline day. Weghorst will give everything to lift Burnley, according to Sven Tolmer, and he scored his first international goal, presumably quite recently for the Netherlands, but we're not going to show it because they'll be at us. West Ham are keen on a centre-back and a striker, according to Jamie Weir, and it's a done deal that Beverly Lubala has joined Northampton from Blackpool until the end of the season. Jermaine Defoe's Sunderland return edges closer. It looks like Tom White might have to get that tattoo. Brendan Aronson from Salzburg to Leeds is unlikely to go through, but they can be confident in keeping Calvin Phillips and Rafinha on the plus side. It's a quiet day expected at Chelsea, according to Gary Cotterill. They're adamant they won't sell Calvin Phillips this window. It's probably Rafinha. If you get distracted by me eating, I apologise. Ramsey set to return to the UK, whether for Rangers or for someone else. But with the great deal with Liverpool to sign defender Nat Phillips on loan until the end of the season. And Leon Business hinted change to come this summer. For more information, just pause now. You've had long enough. Dembele won't join PSG this time, according to Jonathan Johnson, and former Millwall manager Neil Harris is now the manager of Gillingham. I thought I knew that name from somewhere. And yeah, it was a €45 plus add-ons bid, €45 million from West Ham that was rejected. Nathan Courtois is most likely to leave PSG on deadline day, according to Jonathan Johnson. Kulusevski and Bedřichov. Spurs are closing in on the road. Kaleta is ready-made for the Prem, but Jones to Bordeaux is unlikely. I think he's rejected interest for Jones. Kaleta been linked with a number of Prem clubs over the last 18 months or so. It's a done deal for, that Bamo Diaby was signed for Preston after he completed a 2-year doping ban. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang arrived at Barcelona despite the deal not being agreed. He's had to make financial sacrifices and reduce his wage. Well, if he does somehow join. Does Dele Alli need a move away from Spurs? Maybe. Could Lingard move on deadline day? Maybe. Rangers are leading the chase for Aaron Ramsey. Continuing on. Oh yeah, I'm still eating. Charlton have secured the signing of Scott Fraser, who arrives at the Valley from Ipswich for an undisclosed fee. Done deal there. Oh. Is that Ekitike to Newcastle transfer on ice due to a lack of time? Maybe. It's almost impossible for Alvaro Montero. For Carrasco to leave Atletico, according to Alvaro Montero. The release cost is around 100 million euros. Now, Atletico, as far as you know, don't want to sell. 50 million euros just isn't enough. 70 to 80 million, maybe. 100 million, no choice really. Dundee have agreed a deal with Partick Thistle to sign striker Zach Rodden immediately, with Alex Jakubiak heading the other way unknown. Tim Cahill is involved in Lampard's appointment, which has been confirmed by the club on their Twitter. And Hugh Shire, according to Frank Lampard, who's expected to take training today. PSG's talks for Ousmane Dembele is stalled. So is Jonathan Johnson correct? Probably. The backroom staff is more experienced and it may help Lampard at Everton, according to Dejan Sanderson. And Mousse is left Blades to join Salamateria on loan until the end of the season. I think I said about I thought that the 320 odd was like a transfer offer, but it's I think loan fees, which is fair enough. Paul McAllister's joined Partick Thistle until the end of the season, down deal there. And Hugo Ekitike's big money to Newcastle is hanging in the balance. Offer's been accepted, but it depends on Ekitike. And Mitch Roberts has signed a 1-year contract extension with Birmingham. And Dan Delay, he's joined Carlisle United. Cremo's still ongoing. We'll have to start updating you through the community post, I think. Kevin McDonald is in talks with Dundee United over a potential deal and could sign until the end of the season. We got a deal can be done, but it won't be cheap. Espanyol refused to talk to Arsenal about Raul de Tomas. They won't let him go now. No way. His release cost is £75 million, and that's the only way they will, because they don't really have a choice. Bayern's set to offer Robert Lewandowski a new deal, despite him saying he wants to leave in the next few years. And Haaland is just too expensive for them, according to Florian Petterberg. And Bologna has withdrew their interest to sign Calvin Ramsey. People are monitoring the situation, but as in like clubs, but no offers are currently on the table. And it's officially a done deal that they completed the €17 million signing of Julian Alvarez, who will remain at River Plate unknown till the end of the season. And yeah. Moving on. Bournemouth have completed the loan signing of goalkeeper Freddie Woodman from Newcastle, done deal there. And Domingos Quina is closing on a loan move to bottom club in the Championship, Barnsley. And it's a done deal that Jordan Jones signed for St Mirren on loan till the end of the season from Wigan. And Huddersfield have signed Tino and Joran on loan till the end of the season from Chelsea. Then Alvarez's loan back to River Plate be extended to December. River Plate head coach says that he wants him to stay until then, but who knows? I want to extend Robert Lewandowski's contract. Most rounds left Middlesbrough to return to Oxford. Down deal there. I think this is permanent this time. And whereas it's shocked that Premier League clubs are not chasing Ramsey. And it's a done deal that Ivan Sanchez has joined Real Valladolid on loan for the rest of the season. That's an upgrade. Getting Aubameyang off the wage bill would be a result for Arsenal if it was going to happen. Newcastle and West Ham are both making a deadline day push to sign Jesse Lingard on loan. For West Ham, be the second time. The Lampard-Clement partnership will work for Everton, according to Paul Merson. And Newcastle have had a go in the transfer window. If they stay up, it will work. If they don't, it won't. There you go. And, yeah. AK Athens, Barnsley, and Sheffield Wednesday are interested in Owen Otasoe from Club Brugge on loan until the end of the season. Ericsson to Brentford is the best story of deadline day, and I completely agree with Paul Merson on that one. Could Ali to Everton still be on? Maybe. Arsenal were surprised at Aubameyang's Barca trip. And Jeremy Sarmiento signed a long-term deal with Brighton, running until the summer of 26. A Premier League duo have made inquiries about youngster Jedi Gassama, but the player will be staying in the French capital on deadline day. Wolves were interested before they turned their attention to Chiquino, who they signed early this month. Ramsey be a brilliant move for Rangers, according to Paul Merson. And it's a done deal that Bailey Clements, Ben Morris and Matt Healy have signed loan deals for Stevenage, GAAIS, and Cork City, respectively. Aubameyang are hoping for a positive end to a dismal few weeks, according to Dom Escheth. Everton and Tottenham are in talks about a permanent deal for Dele Alli. Discussions are at an early stage, with a long way to go. What can happen with Aubameyang's future? It's a straight loan, but yeah. if you're interested in pause now, it's enough time. Ali could be the signing of any window according to Paul Merson. However, the talks are in all early stages according to Paul Gilmore. It's a done deal that Bruno Jordão's completed a loan move from Wolves to Grasshoppers for the rest of the season. Everton are unsure if an Ali deal can be done before deadline day according to Vinny O'Connor. And Nicola Muller has joined some Dutch club on loan for the rest of the season. I think it's like Den Bosch. Ramsey in Glasgow for Rangers talks according to Mark Benstred. And it's a done deal that Charlie Good has signed for Sheffield on loan from Brentford until the end of the season. Amin Abbasi is undergoing a medical at Barnsley. There's still a player in Dele Alli, here are the tops. And Ramsey to Rangers is all but agreed. So there we go. Adam Montgomery is proposed loan move to Kilmarnock has stalled. Too big a decision for Akitake to make now according to Keith Downey. And that's it for now. See you in a bit. Continuing on. Okay, just save myself. Let's continue. Yeah. Juventus have bid farewell to Bentancur and Kulusevski. John Philippe Mateta's Crystal Palace loan to permanent deal for Mines is 99% done. Patrick Vieira has been very impressed by his recent performances, and they've had a second bid for Arsenal's Eddie Nketiah rejected on Saturday. So does this mean they're out of the race? Which isn't really a race anymore. Don't think they really want to sell him. It's a done deal that Simon Sluga signed for Ludogorets from Luton on a substantive transfer. It follows Luton signing a Villa goalkeeper Jed Steer on loan earlier today. Aaron Ramsey can make his debut at Old Firm. Well, there you go. And it's a done deal that Juventus have signed Rodrigo Bentancur for around €20 million, subject to international clearance and a work permit on a contract until 2026. And Jordan Jones was convinced a loan move to St. Mirren was the right choice after just one conversation with manager Jim Goodwin. So, yeah, job's done for Aston Villa in terms of incomings, and there'll be no more signings coming today. As for outgoings, that's still busy according to Rob Dorset. And as I was going to try to say earlier, Kulusevski has signed on an 18-month loan deal with an option to buy from the Syria side, subject to international clearance and a work permit. And it's a done deal that Zach Clough has left the club on Carlisle on a free transfer, with the 26-year-old expected to sign for an overseas club later this week. Hull City are closing in on the permanent signing of Brighton striker Ryan Longman. West Ham fans will be frustrated according to Jamie Ware and according to us. Our business is done according to Championship Club Preston. Holloway says that it's intends being a manager during the transfer window. Is he retired now? Because his former manager. Is that Grimsby not too long ago? Sorry, I already talked about that.
The away supporters at Carrow Road wasn't really good. And
well, there's all the information that there really is to talk about.
I mean, when you're in a relegation battle, the first thing you got to do is fight and run hard.
And it's a done deal that Osaze Urhoghide has joined KV Ostende on loan until the end of the season. And then there's Kulusevski holding up the shirt. And it's a done deal that Conor McBride has joined Queen's Park on loan for the rest of the season from Blackburn. And it's also a done deal that Kane Kessler has signed for MK Dons on loan from Aston Villa until probably the end of the season. Confidence key to Dele Alli according to Anton Ferdinand. Ali feels that Lampard can get the best out of him according to Carve Solikol. And it's a done deal that Cameron Gabadabo, formerly of Man City, is on for Colchester on a short-term contract, probably until the end of the season. Aubameyang to Barcelona, but the deal's in major doubt. And would you consider Giovanni Lo Celso and Tanguy Ndombele a waste of money, given that they're both leaving on loan until this window? Yeah, I would, 100%. Although, to be fair, Lo Celso hasn't been awful. And it's a done deal that Laurent Tolaj will spend the rest of the season on loan at Cambridge from Brighton. It's also a done deal that Zach Rodden has joined on loan at Dundee from Partick until the end of the season. In the other direction, Alex Jakubiak has signed a contract extension with Dundee and has joined Partick Thistle on loan until the end of the season. His new deal will extend his contract until next summer. Well, the summer after this one, basically. Newcastle's going back in for Lingard and going to Darmouth Chef. But, yep, Lingard has been told that he's not leaving this window. So, we might as well just skip that. Let's see if Ndombele can relaunch his career again. That's what Darmouth Chef says. Oscar Burr's contract at Wolves has been ended by mutual consent. He made 6 senior appearances after joining Molyneux in 2017 and has been a regular for under 23s or made occasional outings for the first team before a spell on loan at Grasshopper. They must be like parent clubs or something, because it's always those two. And yeah, it's virtually a done deal that Nat Phillips has signed for Bournemouth on loan from Liverpool till the end of the season. Is Jed Steer on the way to Luton? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Aberdeen have now made a loan bid for Celtic left-back Adam Montgomery. And it's a done deal that Runa Haug has signed for Hibernian from Norwegian champions FK Bodo Glimt. And it's also a done deal that Brian Gills joined Valencia on loan from Tottenham, which is kind of until the end of the season. Joined Spurs last summer from Sofia and has made 20 appearances across all competitions. And yeah, they gave it a magical announcement for some reason. If Aubameyang's Barca move off, well, Juan Laporta said it's complicated, but there's still hope, so maybe not. There you go. And yeah, it's a done deal that Jed Steer has signed for Luton from Aston Villa until the end of the season, of course it is. Jakub Stolasic has signed for Dunfermline on loan until the end of the season from Leicester. And it's also a done deal that Hayden Coulson has signed for Peterborough from Middlesbrough on loan till the end of the season, bruh. Oh yeah, Celtic versus Rangers will be live on Sky Sports. Will Aaron Ramsey play in that game? Maybe. Hugo Ekitike doesn't want to go to Newcastle. It was too big of a decision for him to make this late in the window. So, it looks like, aside from Dan Burn being confirmed, that is the end of Newcastle's transfer window. This is a done deal that Kieran Phillips has joined Exeter on loan from Huddersfield Town. Would this be Rangers' biggest ever signing since Gaza? Probably. Probably not. Although there's no way he's going to be paid around 200k a week. The top owner of Rangers is probably on 40k. Ali McCoy said it was their biggest signing since Gaza. Chelsea have made a Dembele inquiry, but a deal looks difficult to conclude at this late stage. And it's a done deal that Theo Bear has signed for St Johnson on a contract until the summer of 24. Jordi Osei Tutu has joined Rotherham on loan from Arsenal to the end of the season. Done deal there. Jermaine Defoe's close to completed his Sunderland deal, and Tom White might have to get that tattoo. We haven't forgotten. I mean, never will. The clock's ticking now. And it's pretty much, aside from maybe one or two, the same headlines. Newcastle and West Ham moves are off yet. We sort of said about that. Yeah, Kulusevski netted for Sweden. Yeah, after whatever that was, scoring his first international goal in the Nations League. And it's a done deal officially that Newcastle have signed Matt Target on loan until the end of the season. Would Alvarez potentially be the best deal of the window? Maybe? I wouldn't rule it out. Although, Guimaraes is an incredible player. Luis Diaz, I think, is still relatively youngish. Maybe like 25, 26. And, Jurgen Klopp can turn anyone world class. It's as simple as that. Well, Brandon Barker has left Rangers by mutual consent. I think it's like a contract termination. So there's an outgoing at Rangers, given that it's almost imminent that Aaron Ramsey will sign for them. Howe says Target is a fantastic option. It's a done deal that Tim Akinola has signed for Arsenal from Dundee on loan until the end of the season. And it's a done deal that Giovanni Lo Celso has completed a loan move to Villarreal from Tottenham from now until the end of the season. We sort of already talked about that. We've already talked about that. Rangers have had a fresh bid from Hearts defender John Souttar rejected. And I think it's quite simple. They won't accept any money. They will get him staying there until the summer. Well, Here we go. Everton chairman Bill Kenwright has held talks this afternoon in his London office with Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy after long and cordial discussions. An agreement was arrived for the transfer of Dele Alli. The final details are now being completed and the player is about to undergo medical. Payment deal for Alli could reach £40 million. Can Eddie Howe find late extra firepower? Well, of course Dan Burns undergoing his medical. But, Ekitike, that's called off. Total expenditure this window is 90 mil. But I think, let's be honest, that's the end of that window. It's also a done deal that Dennis Undav has joined Brighton from Royals Union Saint Galosse for an undisclosed fee. And it's a done deal that Aidan O'Brien's joined Portsmouth from Sunderland on a permanent contract after 18 months at Sunderland. Ramsey will be a king of Rangers according to Anton Ferdinand. And it's a done deal that Frank Noble has signed for Leyton Orient. Well, where did this come from? Brighton's move for 18-year-old Paraguay international Junior Francisco is off. It walked away from the deal due to complications. They'd hoped to bring him in, but and it is a done deal officially. It's not up on Sky Sports News yet, but it will be in the next few seconds as we're watching it now. And it still says Brighton signed in a Tonga. Donny van der Beek has joined Everton on loan from Man United until the end of the season. Done deal as we're saying this, and yeah, now it's up there. What a signing! It may be a straight loan without any option to buy, of course, but what a signing! What a buy! What a player! Like, when he's played, he's been great, and I think we know he'll probably be given an opportunity. And you know what? He could actually thrive at Everton and Frank Lampard. He's not a bad manager. Yeah, Donny van der Beek's joined. He might have overreacted a little, but yeah, he's a good player. Will Carvalho be joining Liverpool? There's still a chance. But they afford to be cool about this one because they've got their principal target. Now, they've got this £5 million offer in place and they're prepared to loan him back to Fulham for the remainder of the season. But is it up to the player now to a certain degree? Does he have to assess his options, report an interest from Borussia Dortmund in the summer? But if they want to take that option, Fulham would only receive a nominal fee from him. Liverpool don't want to deal with the transfer tribunal setting a fee in the summer, so they want to get a deal done today. There it is again, if possible. So you can see the different push and pressures on that particular deal. Well, see you in a... Right then, for the last time, continuing on. It's a done deal that Arsenal have signed Colorado Rapids defender Austin Trusty will stay on loan at the Rapids until the end of the season in the MLS. Fortuna Sittard have made a loan bid for Celtic midfielder Ismail Assara. Here are the top stories. Dele Alli, Everton are in talks for him. Rangers are leading the chase for Aaron Ramsey. Lingard will stay United. Barcelona have agreed a permanent deal to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And it's a done deal that Nathan Broom has joined League One side AFC Wimbledon in a permanent transfer from Stoke. What a saga the Aubameyang thing was. Is there beef between Newcastle and Manchester United? Based on their interest in Sean Longstaff? Maybe. And it's a done deal that Marcus Fors is moving on loan to Hull from Brentford until the end of the season. Newcastle midfielder Jeff Hendrick is set to draw a promotion chase and keep your on loan. And Kieran Clark has turned down a loan move to Middlesbrough from Newcastle. And it's a done deal that Swindon Town have signed defender Joe Tomlinson from Peterborough United. Tomlinson is Town's sixth and will be their final signing of the January transfer window. Conte will get the best out of Kulusevski, according to Gianluca Di Marzio. Matthew Longstaff is close to joining Mansfield Town on loan. It's a done deal that Domingos Cunha has joined Barnsley on loan from Watford. And his current loan deal at Fulham is set to be terminated. He'll complete the business done by Watford. It's a done deal that Carol 18 has rejoined Huddersfield Town for a second spell at the club. It's a done deal that Raheem Harper has signed for Crew Alexandra from Ipswich. one of the busiest days of Spurs going to Paul Gilmore, and it's officially a done deal that Rangers have completed the loan signing of Wales international midfielder Aaron Ramsey from Juventus until the end of the season. Klopp would get the best out of Carvalho according to Clinton Morrison. Ramsey had a number of options but chose Rangers. Jonathan Panzo is undergoing a medical at Forest ahead of a permanent move from Dijon. It's expected to cost Forest around £1.5 million. Celtic vs Rangers will be live on Sky Sports, and will Aaron Ramsey play? Maybe. It's a done deal that Tarek Wright has joined Colchester on loan from Villa until the end of the season. Ousmane Dembele is set to stay at Barcelona despite late interest from Chelsea. The Blues made inquiries later this evening before because have not progressed due to the late timing. They remain interested to sign him in the summer. So, it doesn't look like Barcelona will get a transfer fee for them. Liverpool are close to signing attacking midfielder Fabio Carvalho. Rangers are still one of the biggest UK clubs called Chris Boyd. It's a done deal that Josh Madders joined Stoke from Bordeaux on loan. And it's also a done deal that Mateta makes his Palace move from Mainz permanent on a 4.5-year deal after a impressive performances last month, because I'm making this in February now. It's a done deal that Alaiha Salimanza has signed for Hull on loan from Fenerbahce until the end of the season. It's also a done deal that Steven Sessegnon's move to Plymouth on loan from Fulham has been confirmed. Plymouth even. And it's a done deal that Elliot Anderson has joined Bristol Rovers for the remainder of the season from Newcastle. Toby Show Silva has signed for Carlisle on an 18-month contract from Sutton for an undisclosed fee. Yes, Carlisle. It's also a done deal that Ryan Longman has completed a permanent move to Championship side Hull City from Brighton on undisclosed terms. Liverpool are running out of time for Carvalho according to Video Comma. David Goodwell has signed for Wraith Rovers on an undisclosed fee from Clyde. Done deal there. Here's the deals we're waiting for. And we're not waiting for one of those anymore, because it's a done deal that Dan Burns completed has moved from Brighton to Newcastle for around £13 million. And it's also a done deal that Cantwell has joined Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season, with Bournemouth retaining an option to make the deal permanent at the end of the campaign. Could Arsenal live to regret selling Aubameyang? Probably. What is holding up the Carvalho deal? It's late timing, and the January window has sort of slammed shut. But here are the deals that we're still waiting for confirmation on. Signings can still complete signings after today if they've submitted the deal sheet before the deadline, however. It's a done deal that Luke Plange has signed for Crystal Palace from Derby, deal worth an immediate £1 million plus add-ons. But he's been allowed to be loaned back to Derby for the rest of the season, wow. And there's no panic now, the Ali deal's done. Dele Alli has signed for Everton from Tottenham on a permanent deal. Well, pretty much. And West Bromwich tonight parted ways with midfielder Robert Snodgrass by mutual agreement. Nothing much happens in January, does it? It's a load of rubbish. A lot happens. Lewis Wings has been recalled from his loan spell at Sheffield Wednesday to enable him to make a permanent switch to Wycombe Wanderers. And it's a done deal that Barcelona have signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on a free transfer. He's passed his medical. Liverpool couldn't get the Carvalho deal done. They ran out of time. And Stoke have swapped Tom Ince for Liam Moore on loan between the two clubs until the end of the season. Done deal there. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's a done deal that Carl Dempsey signed for Bolton on a 2.5-year deal for an undisclosed fee from Gillingham. That is a blow for Liverpool, according to Craig Slater. It's a done deal that Brian Morris has joined Hartlepool United on loan until the end of the season from Burton. And Cantwell has said his farewell to Norwich. Well, for now. Although, they might on there, because Bournemouth might not trigger their option to buy, who knows. It's a done deal that Liam Walsh have joined Hull from Swansea until the end of the season. And it's a done deal that Jonathan Panzo has signed for Forest on a permanent transfer from Dijon for an undisclosed fee. 4 years to the day, Arsenal signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and today, the striker is moving to Barca. It's a done deal that Mansfield Town have confirmed the loan signing of Newcastle United midfielder Matty Longstaff until the end of the season. It's a done deal that Matej Kovar has joined Burton on loan from Manchester United until the end of the season. It's a done deal that Nathan Del Faunesso has signed for Bradford from Bolton on loan. Done deal there. And Jeff Hendrick, done deal there, has joined QPR on loan for the remainder of the season from Newcastle. It's a done deal that Jamie Murphy will join Mansfield on loan from Hibernian until the end of the season. What was the deal of the window? Clinton Morrison's gone for Felipe Coutinho to Aston Villa. Shay Given has gone for Bruno Guimaraes to Newcastle. I'm going Bruno Guimaraes to Newcastle. And Dennis Odoi has departed Fulham after 5.5 years. He's returned to his native Belgium to join Club Brugge for an undisclosed fate. Done deal there. It's a done deal that Sylvester Jasper has joined Hibernian on loan from Championship side Fulham. And it's officially a done deal that Dele Alli has signed for Everton from Tottenham on a 2.5 year deal until the end of June 2024. Done deal there. And that is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in